Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
Can you hear me now?
It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York...
Right, we'll just pause that a minute. Right, I do apologise for that. There was an issue with the microphone. So, yeah. As I was saying, basically, I have been having issues with some of the playback videos with a buzzing noise. Not sure what that is or why it's there. Gavin has confirmed that it's not happening while I'm live, so there's some upload issues on YouTube. I am looking into it, see if I can figure out why it's happening and get it sorted. So hopefully it's not going to be a permanent issue. Okay, so Gavin has confirmed just now that the buzzing noise is back. How bad is it? And I'll see what I can do to repair the problem right now. So I'm going to make some minor adjustments to the audio and see if it'll how's that? Is that any better? Okay, so I'm not sure why it is happening. There's not much else I can really change at the minute. How's that? Is that any better, bruv? Try to move the microphone further away, see if that helps. Right, thank you very much, Kevin. Right, so ladies, I do apologise. So we've been having some technical difficulties, is the best way to put it. We've sort of sorted out a little bit. So on that note, ladies and gents, we are going to carry on, and I'll try and catch up with everything that I said at the start of the video due to the technical difficulties. So we're playing 3 games.
Jets and the Los Angeles Rams.
And that should give us a spot in the playoffs. We're looking at the wild card at the minute. If we win all 3 games and the Chiefs happen to lose, then we might get the first round bye. But we'll see how things play out.
Off we go from SoFi Stadium.
Takes this about 5 yards deep.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Rams ready to take over on offense, and they will do so by the first overall pick in the 2016 draft. Now he's in season number 5 out of Cal. It's Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people. The quarterback, Jared Goff, still finished 3rd in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year. And they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
Wow,
getting down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
The Rams are catching us off guard here with the running game.
Now Goff on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 77 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
They'll run a draw now with Akers. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Jets offense ready for their first possession, and they are led by the 23-year-old from USC in his 3rd year now, quarterback Sam Darnold.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
The numbers for Gore on the ground last week. 19 carries, 88 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Safety had that middle cover.
Darnold in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
He's looped it.
And
he caught it when it's out of bounds.
So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Webster now to return. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
From just shy of midfield. Goff.
Good play from the run.
Inside the 40 to the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run on first down with Akers.
Yellow flag out. Hopefully it's an offensive foul.
We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
It's an offensive foul, so we'll definitely take that.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Out of the gun. Goff. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
Good tackle.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
So
a minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. That result really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. And kind of the late 60s, early 70s purple people eaters, the Minnesota Vikings. Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. On first down, Akers. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
So at the end of the first quarter,
after one.
No score for either team. But the Rams are looking a slightly better side.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And passes. They're certainly mixing things up.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. Two runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Right before
and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw.
The Rams get on the scorecard with 3 points.
Where he was going, and then they're able to run into the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone, if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start on the ground with Gore.
Good play.
He's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offensive holding, oh my days. That is not good.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Gore.
And that is a solid run through the middle.
35.
What a beautiful play. And a first down.
Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Run there by Frank Gore, and he has to be one of the most admired players in the NFL. Started the 2020 season, number 3 all-time on the rushing list, less than 1,400 yards shy of Walter Payton as the season.
Oh, here it is. Oh, my days.
Now it's intercepted.
Intercepted.
He's picked up nears the 48, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
After the interception, here's Gall. That'll be caught by Cup. In the red zone before he crosses over.
Not good in the red zone.
Good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Here's Gall. Open man, Higby, the tight end.
That's a good
Finally
minute.
down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Oh, my God.
They'll
First
pick
and goal.
up there of 20 yards.
Not what we want.
Nice job there utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball.
He'll be
And that's a
hit
great
and
shot.
taken down at the 21.
Pushed them back some yards there.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks.
We took them back.
Great coverage
good
downfield,
10
which helped
yards.
that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 2nd down now, Akers. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run.
Can we get
a
a
lot
good
of times you
tackle
think
in
if you
here?
blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
Force them to
But a lot
field
of the
goal.
blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Open man is Higby, the
That's a
tight
good
end.
tackle.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard
Fourth and
line.
goal.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I know that
Negative,
halftime's
close to
approaching,
the field
but
goal.
I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
And kick is good, so it's 6-0.
And they're able to double their lead just before
We are
half.
struggling
It's
here.
6-0. No problems in the field goal department
We
so
need
far.
to,
He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game,
this
isn't he?
football
And to me,
really
that bodes
quickly.
well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead of the game, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. That'll bring up 2nd down. Open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Darnold. And he works makes it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
Darnold to throw again.
Intercepted.
Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Not good.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So that is the end of the first half.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break.
The ideal
as we are off to Orlando, we now proceed to the start of the 2nd half.
Turn down the middle.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
On the 22nd. We need to get a score here.
This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gore. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold on the completion, Frank Gore.
That was a good catch, a good play through the middle.
Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams' 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Can't find the move I want.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon.
Good complete pass.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick up the first with Moore. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands.
Offense, oh my days, again. This is not good.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold.
That's a great play. What a cut down the middle
of the field. And he's going to have a chance first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the ground game here. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Again, they run. Again, it's going.
Well, he put the tackle
right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
Force a turnover here.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now. One of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee.
The sack was
And he
almost
went
there.
nowhere. Well, went backwards, back to the 33. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. Have it past midfield, almost to the 30 before being taken down. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And that's no good as well.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Throwing on third. Gone.
He's brought him down. That is awesome.
As he got popped as he was
The
throwing
fourth
it.
and 10.
They don't get the hook up
The
there,
sack
but you
would've
really
been
have to
good.
marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect
looks
word
like that
for it,
punting.
precise. Because if you're at 70% or
Which is
better
really good for
2
us.
weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball down the field as
On the
well.
23rd yard line.
At their own 20.
So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question
yeah,
becomes
that's
who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs. And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Second down and 10, Darnold.
And the catch is good, but there's a flag out.
What a grab.
No, hold it again. Why? Oh, this is
That's a
bad.
good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
To throw on second down is Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hogan. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going up top for Herndon downfield.
Oh, it is incomplete.
Connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They snap it, they're going for it. Here's Darnold, airing one out for Crowder.
Oh, he's intercepted.
Intercepted for the third time. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down to the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Interception.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the 36-yard line.
From the gun, here's Gone. He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
On first and 10, Gone. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Woods. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Akers. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Oh, they managed to get first down.
The drive continues. It's a first down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up.
And it is, there's the touchdown. He didn't want to happen.
Final minute, that should just about seal it.
So many
should make you feel comfortable.
holding calls in the
But do
game.
you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 10, 30 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. And it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it's Darnold, 23 yards on the play. Man open, here is Crowder. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One last throw down for Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Flew way back into it once they scored that touchdown.
And time is run out now on this game.
So with that loss,
the LA Rams with a victory
that may have took us out of the playoff
by a
picture.
strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football.
Fouls every time we had the ball.
And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
And we made some good plays.
So for
LA, back for
it's a
holding
10th
over
one of the year
again. So we're gonna have to have a gander now to see what that changes. So the playoff picture, we are still in the playoff picture as a wild card against the Browns, but we do actually have the Browns next in the league. So we'll double check the playoffs now. This is the end of the week, so yeah, everything's still the same there. So I believe this is a must-win game here against the Browns. So are these two new contracts? So let's start the weekly training. We have a silver for the offense, a bronze on defense. So we will replay the bronze defense and try and get silver. The offense will simulate that.
All right, fellas, listen up. We talked about this all week. Every team is going for the same thing, winning that LeBron.
So this is just the tutorial part. So we've done enough to progress past the tutorial. If only we could do it this well in the actual wow. So here we go. That's a good start. It's out of bounds. Still for a second and 10. It's a good tackle there. Did he put him over? First and goal here. So it looks like them, they might make a touchdown here. Oh, he didn't jump. I pressed the triangle one for him to jump. He didn't jump. He just needed to jump and wave his arms around. That's a first down. That's out of bounds. Oh, he dived straight past him. What is that? Unbelievable. So we've got to prevent the touchdown this time, otherwise we've got to redo it. So this is better. Well, I can see that happen through the middle. Taking down just short. So we're gonna have to redo that.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Today was just okay, and okay isn't gonna win ball games. This team goes as you go. So next practice needs to be much better.
So hopefully we can do better this time. Right, just short of a first down. We need to do better. Oh my God, he stood right past there and go. Unbelievable. What is this defense? Big pile up there. That's a good interception. So we don't have to do it again. Guaranteed bronze. Can we get silver? We can deny them a touchdown one more time. That's a good tackle. So we're looking good so far. So that is 4th in inches. That's intercepted, so we've got a silver that
Hey man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You taking the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you gotta keep it up.
So can upgrade just to one player. So here we go. A must-win game here against the Browns. And if we play anything like we did against the Rams, we will be beaten. We need a much better game. And hopefully no more offensive holding. Unless the Browns have got the ball, of course. They can do all their offensive holding they want. Here we go. The MetLife Stadium.
From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It's week 16 of the NFL.
Turn to the middle because we don't know how to win.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. The return man, Ty Johnson. Nice return, sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
And it'll be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
They'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. 8 yards on the pickup, but now they'll have some options on second and short. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gore. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 43-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On first down, it's Gore. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Almost able to intercept it.
That was terrible.
That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Play action. It's Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch.
Catch is good. Oh, lovely play there.
Down to the 10.
The way he was grabbed, I thought he was going to drop the ball.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now it's Gore. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here.
And he's going to take it.
That is the job done. Touchdown on a first drive.
With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it, 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message. And the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. No one else he said, I trust my defense as well. They don't get it. I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
That's going to go for a touchback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
Okay, just to make sure I'm clear, you have not voted for NFL MVP yet, correct?
I always wait till the end.
I do the exact same thing, but let's just be honest here. Does he still have a shot? Here we are, week 16. Yeah. He's in the race, but is he really there?
Yeah, I think he needs a little help. It's French, don't you agree?
I agree. I think he needs a lot of help. People have to play poorly down the stretch around him.
End of the first quarter,
other people who are the candidates. And he needs to be absolutely beyond spectacular. I think it's going to be really, really tough. But you know something? Being his team MVP, that's not such a bad thing, is it?
No, and he has been great for this team, no doubt about it. 8 quarters to prove himself. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
32.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player.
Tackle there
half
for a
defensive
loss.
back that covers
4th and
passes,
5.
and half linebacker
Forcing
that makes
them
tackles.
to turn over the
We
ball.
just saw the linebacker make that play. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Crowder now to return. Nice
on the 32-yard line
to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
That's a lovely play.
Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was already in some pretty rarefied air, and he just stepped into another zip code now because he passed Walter Payton for 2nd place all time on the NFL rushing list.
So it's not just the talent, right? It's not just having a couple of really good years. It's the longevity and doing it at a consistently high level. Remember those workouts Walter Payton was famous for, running up the hill in Chicago, and how guys would try it and they couldn't keep up? Well, we know someone who could keep up because he's doing it quite well right now. Just passed Walter Payton. Say it one more time.
Walter Payton, the only man ahead of him now, a couple thousand away from Emmitt Smith.
Oh,
they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
On that 39.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go. It's goal.
Here we go. Over that line.
First down as they get into the ground at the 37. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns 28. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this
2-minute warning.
Not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will find his man. That's Hogan. Good
that
play.
is a great catch. A turn.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Oh, yeah,
the way
I didn't see him there.
Nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Can't get forward enough to get over the line.
Tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throwing again is Darnold. This is caught
over the line.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now.
And he's into the
and
end
that's a
zone.
touchdown. He managed to get the ball over the line before he near the score.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was.
The kick is good down the middle.
What's your psyche?
So
You're
14-0.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Ready to return. Here's Hilliard. Penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive.
Holding ball. First and 29, first and
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper.
A good tackle there.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll run again with Hunt.
No, they get through.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt.
A good tackle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Give the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage.
And that is a lovely sack to bring him down on a 4th down.
About the 43-yard line.
On a 4th and to punt the ball again.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back,
the New York offense taking over for their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them?
He lost the football.
What are you on about?
Picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy.
Wow.
They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Let's have a look.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And
Yeah,
they also
he's
want
down.
to make sure that the ball was
possessed.
possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
From here. What was that? This is interesting. And his knee is down, so it's a 2nd and 1.
The fumble on first down, now here's 2nd down.
That was it. That was a bit of a scare there.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore.
That was a good run there.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Gore again here on first down. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Offensive holding. Oh, man.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The shotgun snap for Darnold.
Oh, there's some receptions on the back play.
Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Not good.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
And they got
he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way.
And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown.
Just pull back into the quarterback quicker.
Austin Hooper.
And it's a touchdown, Browns.
Touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
Good.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard lines in the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And our focus now shifts to Frank Gore. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
Always giving props to the big fellas up front. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 37-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run. It's Gore. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Shotgun. Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And he is going to have the Jets first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
And they're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
That stops the clock when the incomplete pass. That doesn't help.
Here's Gore. And
That's
he's
a
got
good
this
run
down
for a
to
first
the 35.
down.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
52-yard gain.
Now the objective there, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
So we're going to run this down to the 2-minute warning.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score
left
game.
To play in the 4th and final period.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Field goal is all we need, really.
Now goal. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline to talk over what to do next. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. That he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
Down. Absolutely
They're
brilliant.
able to convert with a gain of 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Browns' 8-yard line.
Now a handoff for Gore. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On the handoff, it's Gore. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
There it is.
So it's a
massive win for here against the Browns.
It was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half,
game left to play
you
of
think to
regular
yourself, okay,
season.
they've got something working here. They know what they're doing.
And
They'll
that is
continue
again
that along.
none
But instead,
other
it's goose eggs in the 2nd half.
than
Fortunately,
the New
enough
England
of a cushion
Patriots.
and enough defense to carry them home.
Which is
So
going
for
to
the
be
Jets,
an interesting final game of the season. So one player upgraded there. So first advance of the week. So the playoff picture as it stands, we are still there with the Browns. So everything is looking in place so far. So we've got 4 players that need negotiating with. We'll sort this out. So we're going to start the weekly training. So we have not done the attacking one before, so we're going to have to do that. Silver in the defense, so we will simulate the defense. So we're going to have to play the offensive one. A gold would be nice. So, quick one of the tutorial aspects. Okay, well that didn't quite work as planned.
Here we go, set. Reset.
That was even worse.
Set. Reset. Here we go, set. Reset.
I'm not sure how many we need to make the
Set.
finish the tutorial.
Reset. Set. Reset.
So all we have to do is make a first down. Okay. And that's one. And that's two. So one more will give us silver. Sorry. Okay, so we've made silver. Don't quite get the gold, but good effort. So we only failed the one time, which was enough to deny his gold.
You know what really gets me excited?
But silver's
the fact
good.
That I know
I'm
we can
happy
get
with
better.
that.
You guys have so much room to improve still. That is.
So silver for offense and defense on the XP there. 2 players we can upgrade. So this is it, ladies and gents. This is the final game of regular season against the New England Patriots, who have a record of 5 wins, 10 losses, while we have a record of 9 wins, 5 losses, and 1 OT, which we lost, the overtime loss. So, this is a game in which I want both sides to win, as me being a New England Patriots fan, and the fact that I'm playing for the New York Jets. So, but you know, there's no gimmies in competitive gaming, so we're gonna go out and win regardless. Because we want that Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl, everything. The only thing we're not going to win is the division championship, because that will be going to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Today,
so here we go.
From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
So we're at New England,
Week 17
Gillette
of the
Stadium.
NFL on EA Sports.
So we're going to turn down the middle.
Here we go, the final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. USC product Sam Darnold, the number 3 overall pick in 2018, ready to go. Here's the Jets take over on offense.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
So we're going to try and win this football a bit, gain some yards.
Now the first carry here for
We ain't gaining nothing.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the
right
backfield.
there,
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Gore. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield.
Just what we needed on that 4th down.
Field across the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, my name. I didn't realize I was casting.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. You got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
2nd and 9. Now it's Gore. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Spin the long way.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Oh, they thought he had that. He just didn't bring it down with him.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson.
What a run.
And he's
and
in.
A touchdown.
Touchdown, Jets.
So that's
Ty
what we
Johnson,
needed.
his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and
score on the opening
drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you hit them with body blows.
Good.
They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
That's a good play. The illegal blocking.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michelle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing is Newton. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
That's going to give him a first down.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra you know, that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. He is out of bounds inside the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10. Down at the 33.
7-0, but
7-0
New England right on top
Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play fake to Michelle. Now Newton looking for Harry. He airs it out
pass
deep.
is blocked.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. On the ground, Michelle.
And that is a great tackle there.
Cold behind the line of scrimmage.
So that takes them back
It'll go as a
another
loss
yard.
of a
So
yard, so
third
now
and
they
11.
deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Oh, he brought him down. What a
The
sack.
Jets get in there for the sack. Henry Anderson in there to get him, and that is
42-yard
sack
line.
number
That
6 now
might
for him
not
on the
be
year.
within field
I
goal
remember when I
range.
was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess
That
what?
sack
The
might have
nickel
been
came into
enough.
play well. 5 defensive backs.
They are.
covered
They're
well,
gonna pull it.
allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line.
Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy.
So
what do they do? Shorten the hot
to
pot
get it
news? I
forward.
mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start on the ground with Gore.
It was a solid run from the 2-yard line to get it over the 20.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game.
And another solid run there.
Oh, my goodness.
He got this running game down to a T at the minute.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back.
And another one for a first down.
Before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to the end zone real fast.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
About 3 yards there to the 27.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win.
It's a 2-minute warning.
That kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, down a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Good evening, fella. How are you?
On second down now. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
More or less back to normal. We're good.
Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
I thought you might say that with regard to the team that we're playing against.
On the sideline, a big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and goal.
Wow.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he's just short of a touchdown there.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
It is a touchdown.
Ty Johnson, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Dominating against the Patriots.
That's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone.
And the kicking
changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
I think they've took it off the Xbox store, the Microsoft store as well, because it doesn't work very well with the
so not much time
PS4
to speak of remaining in this first half as the kicks away.
One.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look 3 weeks down the road. It's always right here,
I'm
right
looking
now.
to get the PS5 in January. So
the teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in,
some new games for the channel in January.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Yeah, I think
all right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin in Orchard Park, an AFC East matchup between Miami and Buffalo. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. The Dolphins might be wondering if it's time to call off the Dogs. At 4-10 already, victories now just hurt their draft status for next April. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Gardner Minshew has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. In our game, it was Sam Darnold who was on target in the first half. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And
this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
New England trying to get to place on offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
And that's a good shot.
Pressure too much as down he goes.
Jordan
Jenkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
And the pass is incomplete to 4th and 5.
No interception so far.
I have forced New England to turn over the ball yet again.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So we take the ball on our own 40-yard line.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Running game, which has done very well for us so far.
It was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming. Let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
And the pass is complete. Downfield is complete.
What a play.
And he's going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nice long pass
that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, if I got to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of
holding. No way.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without
10 yards on this pass.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And this is caught inside
what a catch. Oh, what a long play downtown there.
Goal line at the 3.
And it was taken down on the 3rd-yard line.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far, and you know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points on the board.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try and push it in with Gore. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Another try on 2nd down for Gore.
Take him back.
And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Darnold.
And there it is. A lovely play.
He is
Gets the job done.
Frank Gore.
So 3 touchdowns on 3 drives.
And the Jets will
that
extend
open
their
man
lead.
right there.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and
They
found a
thought
way
we
to
was gonna
extend
play
it.
the run,
I love their
and we didn't.
consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And the kick is good.
And
21-0.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone.
Take a knee.
And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Not made much play at all.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Ford. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there,
nice first down.
Drive keeps moving.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, here's Newton.
Oh, that's a lovely tackle there that takes him back.
Back right around the 48-yard line.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
David, I'm not following you, man. What do you mean by we're gonna lock down to?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Foxborough.
7 points.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Newton. The pass complete. It's Bird. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Wow.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, Electric Avenue, that doesn't help me at all. I have no idea what you want about.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. From the gun, Newton. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And the result here, a pickup of 8.
Like
leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, right. Yeah. Never heard of it.
Now Newton.
Not by name anyway.
That he's wrapped up.
That's a lovely sack there.
25.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Back. Get him out. Oh wow, what a play. I thought we had that covered.
And he will be
and they made
down
a big
about the
play.
6-yard line.
A really big
They're
play
able to
for New
convert on
England.
third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no...
And they're going to get it.
And that is a
They bring
lovely
him down
sack.
to sack back at the 16-yard line.
That's his 5th
Brandon,
sack.
I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive
And
line
they
is eating
threw
them
that play
alive.
away.
Rex Burkhead, the intended receiver there. But now it's 3rd and goal.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything
All
they
right.
can. They're still working at it, even though this one
Yeah,
feels
I
like
don't
a
think
lost
I know
cause.
it by name.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
I'll probably know it when I hear it.
Operating from the gun.
That's a good block there, so
And
we
he can't
forced them
quite
to
pick
take a
it.
field goal here.
No
but
interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's
They're
4th
actually
down.
going to.
They snap it to Newton.
And it's intercepted.
One that's intercepted.
And he's going to win the whole field. He spun him. Tried to get a few extra yards. What a play. What a play on that interception.
To convert on 4th down.
And he ran it over.
That deficit had to throw the football.
Probably.
Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
I don't know.
And you know you're
I
going to
thought
be
he
throwing
ran
against
that. It was
nickel,
50
dime, all
yards
sorts of
probably.
exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gore. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offensive holding again. What is it with this offense holding?
So that one will be
Unbelievable.
accepted. Back to throw, Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle.
That's a solid quick play down the
If they didn't
middle.
have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down.
Second
Still a
and
nice
inches
13-yard pickup.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Gore.
That's a
And
good
he'll
run,
work it
getting
inside
the
the 30
first down.
to the 29-yard line.
So we're going to run the clock down here for
Well, that was a unit that
the
understood exactly what the
2-minute
first down
warning.
marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. It's Gore. And we are inside of 2 minutes left
warning.
in this lopsided affair.
We got 2nd and 4.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Wow, I knew where to go there.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2, Darnold. He dumps this off underneath
Pass
the
is
goal.
good. First down.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught.
And that's a lovely touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another
So 7
touchdown.
points in
This thing is
every
ugly.
quarter.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way.
Dominated
Like
the
taking
New
pity
England
on you.
Patriots
They're not about to do that to their
28-0.
opponent.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Oh,
he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down.
What is that?
And that's caught
wow,
by his
that was one hell of a play.
And he goes out right around the 39.
That
9
was
yards,
an
not quite
unorthodox
enough, and they'll
play
be left
there
now
by
with
New
3rd and
England
1.
Patriots.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Newton to throw.
That's intercepted.
And it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre
What a play. What
and the
a
return
play.
this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So New England are not going to get any points on the board here.
And that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
We're going to try and get one more
Historically,
TD.
this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Call timeout
The Jets
here.
are going to use the
We
first of
don't
their
need to,
timeouts. It's
I
just
want
their
these two
first.
down.
They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. To the air again, Darnold. And this will be called.
I didn't see it this time. We were diving one-handed catch. Absolute brilliant.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to play back ourselves.
What a game against the New England Patriots. We own them.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
The end of that.
But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And here it is, a dominating performance.
New York Jets.
34-0.
This might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step.
So if that doesn't hype up the players for the playoff stages, nothing will, because that was the best way to end regular season. And we got 4 players to upgrade there. It's absolutely brilliant. So advance to the next week, which is the wild card. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got some messages here, but I want to view the bracket. So the bracket has changed slightly. Kansas City Chiefs still get the bye. However, Saints get the bye on the north side. So, whereas before we would have been playing the Browns, things have changed, and we are actually playing against the Texans. So that could be an interesting game. I prefer to be playing against the Browns though. But the Browns are playing the Ravens. Buffalo Bills playing. I'm not sure who they are. Tennessee. I know that. The Rams were playing against the Green Bay Packers. The Lions playing the Buccaneers, and New York Giants are playing Seattle Seahawks. So this is going to be very interesting to see. So if we beat the Texans, we will be playing the winners of the Ravens and the Browns, and that will be for the divisional. And then we'll have the championship, and also then the Super Bowl. So we will be doing the whole of the playoffs in our next video, which will be tomorrow at 6 PM British summertime, and we will cover the NFL playoffs. So on that note, ladies and gents, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you are new to this channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. But before we go, we'll just quickly get rid of these messages ready. We don't actually do anything for them. Morale boost for the entire offense. So morale boost. So Frank Gore's morale boost maxed out for the playoffs. So hold the Texans to less than 100 rushing yards, or get John Franklin Myers 1+ interception. Okay. So ladies and gents, we are going to leave it here. We'll do the training session in the next video, and then we'll hit things off with the playoffs. In the meantime, ladies and gents, hope you've enjoyed this content, and happy gaming.